Alright, what is up, you guys? I'm here with the Wrestlemania DVD cover ranking. And if you'd like to see me rank more pay-per-views or any kind of cover, let me know. I definitely love doing these. And this is a really hard list to come up with. Took me a while. But, I think I got it to where I'd want it. So, dead last. And a little disclaimer, I don't think any of these covers are actually bad. I actually really think WrestleMania has had a really good run when it comes to covers. But WrestleMania 19, to me, as much as it pains me to put it here, because this is my favorite pay-per-view of all time, I just think the cover was very lackluster and very lazy. I think this could have been so much better. And, I'd rather them, even if you just put, like, a few superstars, like, on, kind of, like, above the logo there, like, just put something like that, I just think it was very lazy. Next up, WrestleMania 27. This one does not capture the feel of WrestleMania to me. And, it was not a good event. I think we all know that by now. But overall, I just thought this was another kind of lacking cover. I think you could have put more on it and kind of captured that WrestleMania feel a little bit better. Next up, WrestleMania 15. This is the first wrestling DVD of all time. So I kind of give it, a little, I give it a little leeway there. But, I think it's a good cover. It captures the, grunge attitude era feel. And, overall, I just think it's a little lazy, It's just kind of your generic pay-per-view cover. Alright, next up we have my personal least favorite WrestleMania cover, but I wouldn't put it last when it comes to unbiased. WrestleMania 21. I always thought this one was just really missing something. I don't know what it is. I just think it needed a little something extra. And this is coming from the person that always says, I believe less is more, but this is more in the middle where it just doesn't work. So, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if they needed to add more superstars, more color. I don't know. It just doesn't work for me, personally. Next up, we have WrestleMania 25. All the covers from here on are good. I don't think any of these covers are bad. But this one, it's kind of your generic WrestleMania cover, and it's really not the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, but whatever. It was the 24th anniversary. But still, you have the star. I wasn't a big fan of the logo that year, honestly. And, you just kind of photoshopped your wrestlers around it. So, to me, this was kind of just one of those generic covers. Next up, WrestleMania 23. I do like this WrestleMania. It is a good event. I just don't like when they focus too much on celebrities. And as you can see here, the hair versus hair match is the kind of the, lead when it comes to advertising here, and it's really takes up more than half the cover. And then you have your two main events down there. Well, in my opinion, the main events. But, it's just, I just don't like the focus on the hair versus hair. I never did. Even when it was happening, I didn't care. So I just think this one kind of needs a little bit more to capture the WrestleMania feel. Maybe add more superstars on it. Or, just even like the WrestleMania 2310, which I also have. I love that cover. So I think they honestly could have just went with that and, passed along with that. WrestleMania 26. This one to me, I think this is a lazy cover. It looks good. It's very visually appealing. I just think it is a tad lazy. You just have your logo and then 8 wrestlers. Well, Vince. 7 wrestlers and Vince. So I think, you could have done a little bit more. I like the border here. And this is the collector's edition. So this one has the border. So overall, it's a good cover. I just think it kind of needed a little bit more. Next, we have WrestleMania 28. I actually prefer the poster where it just has The Rock and John Cena on it. I think that would sell itself. You have Once in a Lifetime up there, which became a lie a year later. But, I like the logo, or the I like the tagline, once in a lifetime. I think that adds to the epicness of it. And it kind of has more of like I don't know if you remember like the WrestleMania 7, WrestleMania 8 logos. It kind of resembles that a little bit, how it curves. And WrestleMania 8 is one of my personal favorites. And then down there you can see they added Triple H, Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels. I think the cover would have been better if it was just Cena and The Rock. So your poster artwork, basically. But overall, it is an epic cover. Next up, I'm going to put... I am counting this because it was, it was an official release. WrestleMania 3. I personally think I like the VHS version better. I've done a video on that before if you want to go see what it looks like. I love the kind of ECW One Night Stand feel to this DVD, where it's just the logo, your main event, the Championship Edition. I personally love this cover a lot, and you just have that classic WrestleMania logo. I love it. Next up, we have WrestleMania 34. Of course, we did have the Best Buy edition, which I do like this cover significantly more than the original. But this isn't the official cover, so that's why I'm just going to go with this one for now. I think this one's too crowded. Too much going on, which is, I don't say very often. But this one, I think it's too crowded. Like, look at all that. And I think WrestleMania 33 was pretty close to being crowded too, but I just think, less is more sometimes. And this one just has way too much going on. And, someone mentioned before how some of the superstars just look crammed in there. Like, some feel like they shouldn't be in there, or they just feel crammed. It does feel very claustrophobically crammed together. And it's just too much going on for me. Next up, we have WrestleMania 32. When this first came out, I loved how dark this cover was. It's a very dark cover. You have the dark blue, and then you have a few of your main events there. But I really, really dig this cover. As much as I don't like the event, I love the cover. And I feel like the only thing about this cover is I think it needs something a little bit more to make it feel just that much more epic. Give it a little bit of the WrestleMania feel. But overall, I think this is an outstanding cover. Next up, one of my personal favorite covers, WrestleMania 22. I know a lot of people complain about this one, but I really like it. You have the black border, which is always nice. I personally love the WrestleMania 22 logo. And I love this event. I really do. And, it has that epic feel to it, they may just be photoshopped in, but I still like it. I really like this cover. I think it gives it that WrestleMania 22 Chicago feel. I love it. Next up, WrestleMania 31, another great event. This one's kind of different. We haven't really seen a WrestleMania cover like this, where they have like the lineup there. And I just think it's simple yet effective. I really like it. And I was never really a big fan of the WrestleMania play button logo, but it is what it is. It still turned out to be a great event. And, you just have your simple lineup, and I really dig it. Next, we have WrestleMania 24. This one, to me, gives that big, epic feel, And like I said, I don't like celebrities being involved in wrestling events. That's like my biggest wrestling pet peeve, is when celebrities get too much recognition and take up a spot when I'd rather just have good wrestling. But, I thought that was a good match. Floyd Mayweather and Big Show. And a little fun fact, it was actually originally supposed to be a handicap match with Rey Mysterio and Floyd Mayweather versus Big Show. But then, of course, Mysterio was injured. So, not many people know that. But, this one's simple. It's an outstanding WrestleMania, in my opinion. The only thing, I think Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels could have been thrown on this cover, because I think Ric Flair is definitely deserving to be on the cover. Alright, next up, I'm going to give WrestleMania 20. I love simple covers, just like the WrestleMania 3 cover. You have the epic logo sells itself. The big WrestleMania 20 logo. Has the date, has the tagline. I think it's a great cover. I really do. There's not much to say about it, but I think for that reason it's one of the best. Next up, my least favorite WrestleMania of all time, WrestleMania 29. But this is a damn good cover. It really is. You have Cena and The Rock up there. And then you have your lineup. You have CM Punk, Taker, Triple H. You have The Shield. And you just have that really beautiful shot. Like, if you can really get in there. Really beautiful shot. You have MetLife Stadium there. You have the city. I was not a fan of the logo that year, though. I really wasn't. But it was different. And I like how it has that reflection. You can see New York, New Jersey. Overall, I just think this is a really cool cover. Really cool. Next up, WrestleMania 18. The Icon versus Icon. Sells itself right here, man. WrestleMania 18. I think it's an underrated event. It's not the best WrestleMania of all time by any means. But I do love the atmosphere of the crowd. And just how popular wrestling was at this time. 2002, it was still, we're out of the Attitude Era, transitioning. But I think this WrestleMania delivered. And this cover really, really dark. But just epic. I mean, Hulk Hogan and The Rock on the same cover. That's just, what more could you ask for? That's just such an epic cover. Next up, I have WrestleMania 33. I said with 34, I felt like it was too crammed and crowded. This one almost feels like that, but I think it just got it right. You have the beautiful WrestleMania 33 logo. And I'm not happy about them not using numbers anymore. I've said that before. But, it is what it is. But you can see all your superstars lined up there. And I think this is a different cover. I really like it. Was never a really big fan of the whole roller coaster gimmick. But I think it adds to it. It doesn't take over the cover, so. Overall, I think this is a beautiful cover. I really do. Next up, WrestleMania 30. The 30th anniversary. As advertised on the top. And it did come with this really nice slipcover. But I figured I would just show you the released cover here. I love the purple and gold background. And you just have great coloring on this one too. And just an epic cover. You have WrestleMania 30. Amazing logo. You have Batista, John Cena, Undertaker, Daniel Bryan. You have Hulk Hogan up top. We hadn't seen Hulk Hogan on the cover in years. So, I've been critical about Hulk Hogan, but it's still good to see him on the cover. It is. I still think he deserves credit, regardless of the kind of human being he is. But, I think this is a damn good cover. And I put it as second best. And number one, WrestleMania 17. Not only is this the greatest WrestleMania of all time, this is just an awesome cover. Gives you that epic. I keep saying epic in this video. I don't know how many times I've said it at this point, but it's epic. I mean, look at this. You have The Rock and Stone Cold. You have the Astrodome, like, glimmering at the bottom. You have that beautiful WrestleMania 17 logo, or X7. I say 17. I know a lot of people do say X7, though. You have the WWF scratch logo. And I think this is an awesome cover. Awesome cover for the awesome event. And, yeah, that is the WrestleMania DVD cover ranking. If you want to see any more rankings, definitely let me know. For now, this has been the DVD Freak. Peace out.